Hey guys, Rick with Rallysport Direct here, and welcome back to another edition of What's in the Box. Today we have the ATI triple gauge pod for your 2008 through 2010 Subaru Impreza, WRX, and STI. Now we've got it right here. Let's just go ahead, open it up, and take a look at it. Alright, I'm actually really excited to show this to you guys. This is ATI's newest pod. This is for, of course, the 08 Plus. And as you can see, it looks very different than their older pod, and that's because this one actually sits on the passenger side airbag. When it mounts on there, it looks really clean. Of course, it mounts to it using double-sided sticky tape. Now this is 3M tape, and I'll get you a close-up of that. It's nice that they actually use quality tape on this, so you know that it's going to last for a really long time. It's not going to come off or just fall off if you go over bumps or anything like that. And then I also wanted to show you guys the texture of this pod. You can get a good look of the texture, and this is going to match the stock dash very well. ATI has done a really good job with this. And of course you can see this is for 60mm gauges. You do have the provisions here for the faceplate. And going back to the gauge size itself, now ATI actually includes adapters. These little guys are 60mm to 52mm gauge adapters, and what they're going to do is they're just going to slide in there, and then your 52mm gauge is just going to be able to fit in there. It fits nice and snug. It makes for a nice mounting solution for 52s or 60s. So either way, it just makes for a little bit more universal of a gauge pod, and so regardless of whether you have 52s or 60s, you can use them. Alright, and of course ATI has included a sheet of instructions. Not the best instructions I've ever seen, just one-sided piece of paper, no pictures or anything like that, but it does give pretty good details on how to install it and what you need to do to get that installed, so really not too bad, and the installation on it is pretty simple anyway, so I don't think you'll need instructions too much, but they're there if you do. And of course ATI has included 2 screws. Now these are going to be for a permanent mounting solution, and you can see the holes provided for you right there and there, and those are if you're going to screw this onto the dash. The only time I could see you would need to do that is if you're rallying the car, you're going over a lot of bumps, you're jumping it, and that'll just help keep it a little bit more secure. I imagine this 3M tape would hold it very well and you wouldn't have any problems with that, but they do provide the screws in case you do want them. And last thing I wanted to show you was the outlet for the gauge wires itself. Now, something I do want to mention, when you install this, make sure you wire in your gauges first. Put them all through there, and then last step, take off the tape, set it down, and mount it. You just don't want to install this and then have to uninstall it to take your gauges out to rewire them or anything like that. So overall, it's a great pod. It looks really clean when it's installed on the car. Check it out. That's all the time we've got for you today, guys. Please remember to check back later for more editions of What's in the Box.
Rallysportdirect.com